It's Baboony Tim time. We got some more gameplay going. This time we're up against Chad CtheTree. He is a pioneer. He's the visionary. And we're going to be playing him. This is the deck that he ended up facing us with. He calls it Starstruck. And if you want to read more about this deck and how it works and what Chad's reasoning is, you can check out landofredemption.com. Look at the deck database and you'll find Starstruck under there. Put this in the video description. But here's a deck list download. You can see the deck list, but basically this deck is trying to leverage the early mayhem, get a bunch of resources going, play a big resurrection on turn one, put a bunch of heroes in battle that draw cards, and put a Nazareth in the play on turn one. So as you can see, it has a very light defense there. Only four evil characters. And how many heroes? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 heroes. Wait, five evil characters. Firefoxes counts, I guess. And a lot of good enhancements. But basically, all these good enhancements have star abilities. Like this one's top deck's a good dominant from deck. This one can look at the top 3 to take a good dominant. Once you put the dominant on your deck, you can have a bunch of ways to draw said dominant. You can use star abilities to draw it. You can use Grumble to draw it. Yeah, he's trying to go for Crouch Choice or to early mayhem. Draw a bunch of cards with Denarius for Drachma Coin. And then play cards that let him ban a bunch of people in the battle, like Ascension or Bless the Nation. Because if you can ban Zacchaeus in the battle with John, it's really dangerous. So, of course, going into the match, I had no idea what he was playing, but this is the type of matchup. Oh, yeah, so I guess I'll talk about what I was playing. I'm playing Nativity. I'm playing Herod's. I've been testing out which version of Nativity I like better. Is it the Nativity with Herod's or Nativity with gray and black? So I wanted to run Nativity Herod's, see how they felt again. I wanted to adapt to kind of some of the defenses that we're seeing happen with Israel's inheritance. These are Old Testament-based defenses, so Accusers is amazing. And you can't exactly play Accusers in your black and gray deck much as I want to, so Herod's makes it a much more natural home. So the reason I'm playing this deck is because I want to play Accusers, and I also want to play Orphans. Both of these Lost Souls are Lost Souls. If you draw them on your turn and you attack, they're actively good if you build your defense in a way that doesn't mind them. So these are offensive Lost Souls, which Lost Souls are usually defensive cards, but these ones are the rare exceptions where they're good on your offense. And there's a lot of soul protection running around depending on the defense. And Orphans just kind of shuts that down. And the card we're talking about, right, is Woman of Thebes. This card is game changer. Definition of a game changer. And so if we're expecting decks to be running Canaanites or anything like that, this Nativity offense is the one to take them all down. I call this version the Blitz Nativity because instead of Christian Martyr, we're running Angel of the Lord. We're just going full gas, no break. I'm probably going to put Christian Martyr back in the deck, but it's nice to just test different things. Okay, so why would you play Orphans in your Herod's deck? Isn't Contagious Fear one of your best evil enhancements? Like, why would you limit yourself? Well, it's in the reserve now, so it's not completely out of there, but you're right. But that's why we're playing Herod Antipas. Herod Antipas, you can block evil NT enhancements used by this card regardless of Protect. So you block with him, you get Feudal Inquisition out of your reserve. And even if you have an Orphans in play, Herod Antipas will protect your Lost Souls, so it's cute, I guess. And if Nativity is going to be seeing more play, because Nativity kind of good right now, then having a way to CBN, regardless of Protect, no straw, or CBN, regardless of Protect, abandonment is good against Nativity. So we're pivoting to Herod Antipas main deck for Herod's. And that lets us play Duplicity, moves Contagious Fear and Abandonment to the reserve. Another tech I wanted to try out was Possessing Spirit. So how are we going to get Possessing Spirit? Well, we play Golgotha, and it can take the Gospel character from the reserve. So that lets us grab our Possessing Spirit. And if we have Gospel Unity, we can play him down. So we don't have Gospel Unity sometimes. We have Herod Agrippa, we have Emperor Claudius, and these are characters that we like to play out, especially because of Denarius. But maybe it's like turn 1, you play Golgotha, go get your Herod's guard or whatever. Turn 2, you can Rothschild Fountain, bounce Golgotha, bounce your Claudius, go grab Possessing Spirit, and then play it down. And Possessing Spirit's another card that I like because you can use it on offense. They have storehouses, if they have Herod's Temple protecting their territory. Possessing Spirit will let you go on the offensive and take down their hand protection, take down their defense if they're using good fortresses to protect it. So So I guess this version is a little bit more aggressive. Nativity version. It's looking to just try and rescue a soul every turn, no matter what, with backup like guardians, orphans, accusers. With this kind of offensive package, I really don't know what kind of bad matchups Nativity would have as far as defenses go. This should just cruise through most everything that I know about. I mean, maybe it's some like D heavy ones that are playing like 57 cards and a lot of offense or defensive dominance, and but your traditional like soul hide stuff, that is gonna really it's hard to get through guardians and orphans and lost child found. And I guess if they're negating neutrals, then that would work. So I don't know. Maybe if you're playing soul hide with negate neutrals. But anyways, that's enough blabbering about the decks. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna watch the game that Chad and I played. In that game, I won the die roll. And then what we're gonna do after that is after the game, we're gonna play a hand. We're gonna play out what might have happened if Chad had gone first. It says a little like science experiment. First, we'll watch the game, comment, and see how that game goes. And then we're going to pivot to Lackey and myself, and we're just going to play out, in theory, what would have happened if Chad had gone first. Because it's like Chad's playing one of those decks that if it goes first, like things could look really different than if it doesn't go first. Because if you get this down on turn one, it's really good. If you don't get it down early enough, it's not as good. So I don't know. All right, so it's going to be a little hard to see or a little hard to understand or whatever you want to say. But up here, this is my opening hand. I have Son of God in my hand, Zechariah, Angel Appears, Lost Child Found, Star Bethlehem, Heard Archelaus, Here's Temple, and I think it was Nostra. So I ended up playing Lost Child Found and activating Heard Archelaus' star ability. So I'm first checking out his hand, so I get to see what's in his hand. He has 2 artifacts, Enosh, Simon, Authority of Christ, Bless the Nations, and a Stricken. So I see the Stricken, and it really is going to be messing with my plans because I want to draw cards. I want to search my deck during my battle phase. So I'm like, how am I going to deal with this Stricken? So that's where Lost Child Found can come in. So I can search my deck for a Lost Soul. I can search any deck for a Lost Soul. Sorry, that's the wrong deck. So I will be searching out the Stricken, or I don't know what it calls Lost Soul. So this will give me deck protection while I'm attacking, which allows me to search. It allows me to get around his Stricken. So Stricken would have really crippled me here. And that's one of the scenarios you like to play Lost Child Found on yourself. So Archelaus had the choice to top deck Son of God or Star Bethlehem. I ended up choosing to top deck Son of God. I could have seen an argument for top decking Star Bethlehem because if he uses his Awake Lost Soul to put Disoriented into play, he could have negated that. So I could have used this. So I don't know. I was kind of regretting not top decking Son of God there, but I could have seen it going anyway. All right, for Chad, what he's doing, he gets to top deck a good dominant from deck with his star ability. He gets to set aside Simon to draw some cards in a couple turns, and I don't know if he's going to be using that. And he has a Stricken, of course. So he's going to be top decking, I think it was Crouch Choice, and then he's going to be able to draw it because of his Lost Soul. So very nice. Anyways, so we'll get back to this game state later, but we'll just continue watching the VOD now to see what would have happened. All right, we are back to the VOD. And he's chosen to play a card out of my deck, a Lost Soul out of my deck with his Lost Soul. I guess he really didn't want any more Lost Souls from him. So he gets some nice deck information, gets to see all the tricks that I'm doing. And for that new Lost Soul, you see it's Disoriented. It's the one that's really good. You can negate stuff while it's in play. He's seeing that I do play some Orphans, which is going to be trouble for his defense there. His defense is very chumpy, relies on him protecting Lost Souls from evil cards for a lot of it. So that was a lucky shot in the dark for lining up my offense with what he was going to be playing. But yeah, a lot of things that went lucky for me this game. I feel like the going first was one of them. Here's Temple, classic, solid. Making sure I get to hand disadvantage so I can play Angel Appears to grab my favorite Resurrection Revealer. He'll be coming in. This is why I want to search my decks turn 1. This is why getting around Stricken was so important. So yeah, there's my deck protection. Because I drew all those cards on turn 0, Stricken is active. Or sorry, I need to rephrase that. So because you get to draw all your cards at this phase called turn 0, this Lost Soul, the crowd's Lost Soul, is going to be active on turn 1 because I've technically drawn 0 cards so far for the turn. I don't know. Anyways, so Resurrection, grinding to John, banding to Zechariah, draws me a lovely 4 cards. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Gets my Bethlehem Stable and even gets an Orphans out. So this attack is looking very strong. tossing the next, drew 4 cards, got some hand protection down, got some deck protection down. This is what Nativity will do. It asks this question of like, do you have answer to multiple heroes on turn 1? I draw a bunch of cards. No, he doesn't. So he'll be giving me Lost Soul. I take the early lead. And so that in Chad's type of deck, it's very much a race. Its defense is not going to be able to hold out for the long game. So he needs to be able to rescue a card every turn or rescue a soul every turn. If not, he's gonna fall behind really fast, and it's not going to be easy for him to catch up. The Authority of Christ star ability is going to be ticking down on his Simon. He has one more turn before that can come back and draw him some more cards. Chad's deck does have the capability to draw a bunch. Another reason why going second for him was so detrimental, we saw he had a Denarius and 4 Drachma coin in his hand. Guess what these cards do? They draw a bunch of cards. So I have Res Revealer out negating his neutrals, which means he just lost access to 7 free cards. All right, so there's the Crouch choice, which is getting his numerous as stars. This is a powerful card that can get you many heroes out of your deck for the price of just 1 card. But you have to be playing a lot of star cards. So we'll see what he does here. Playing it on his Enosh, which is his negate neutral territory class character, and he has like, I don't know, 4 star cards, just 4 heroes. So Judas is one of the heroes he's getting, I know for sure. It's a territory class guy that is good when he's attacking with him, and he's also good against people who are drawing a bunch of cards. He's so good. In fact, I might actually add him to Nativity, just as like a utility character that's also good on turn 1 if you have him and you're playing the Resurrection. I kind of wanted another hero, human hero in the deck that I can ban to off the Resurrection. So Judas might just come in for that. Plus, it's a little, you can get some sneaky blocks if you go Judas, ban to the Deceiver exchange. So that could be good too. But what am I going to cut for Judas? That's the thing. I don't know if, is this version of Nativity playing Simeon, the fit or whatever? Like I could see this guy getting cut because this guy's also good for trying to go turn 1 Resurrection, but I rarely ever use him past that. Okay, anyways, enough about that. So he got Woman with Child. The Woman with Child? Yeah. So protected from demons. You may search deck or reserve for a dominant, and you get, that's nice. That's very nice. It's like Resurrection Revealer. And he also got Simon Peter, which can get out the Nazareth from his deck. And he also got Zacchaeus, right? Yeah. So yeah, very strong, very strong. All the heroes you want. So even though artifacts are negated, if he ever gets rid of my Resurrection Veil, you can activate this right away. Right, put him in the fishing boat there. What does this card do? Fishing boat? I don't see this card. Is this card good? This card, am I not playing this card? Once per turn, if opponent removes your last hero, you may add a hero here. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's okay. I guess Chad's just playing it for the star ability primarily. If it didn't have that star ability, I don't think he'd play it. Okay, so he attacked me with Woman with Child, and he played the Resurrection. So I guess he had the option to either wait to play it after I blocked or play it right away. If he waits to play it until after I block, I can block with a card that negates the Woman with Child, and so you have to put the Resurrection back. So I have this card in my deck. So if you play it, if you hold it, the Herod Agrippa punishes that play. But if you play it now, you can get punished in another way. So he knows about Herod Archelaus. Like it would be nice to hold on to the Resurrection, but he was just really scared of it getting negated and him not being able to play this. Because watch, he's going to be able to play John the Fisherman, banned him, banned Judas. It's like +4. And if I had just been able to block and negate that, it would have been a huge tempo swing in a negative way for him. He's losing out so many cards if that gets negated. So it's a tough spot for Chad to be in. So this plays really nicely into my Nostra. Oh my gosh. And he gets the ban to my Zechariah the Silent, which gets to draw him 2 more cards. So he just drew +6 off this Resurrection, plus God in Nazareth. I think he's not really playing any other fortresses. An interesting Chad is going to be playing New Jerusalem in this deck. Nazareth is a card that restricts searching of the discard pile. So Second Coming, he's going all in. He is going all in on Nazareth here. Unfortunately for him, I was able to get out my Bethlehem Stable first. That means my deck is going to be protected, which means I'm protected from his protection, which means I can search and he can't search right now, basically. My discard pile is going to be compromised, but okay, so I tossed a Delivered at him, and then I'm going to be playing Nostra, which is really good. John the Fisherman tossed the first, so I luckily had another enhancement to toss at him. And then Nostra just top decks all of those characters. CBN. So yeah. So in this particular scenario, if he had attacked, I'd just been able to block with Herod Archelaus. He could have played Resurrection, banded in all those heroes, and Zacchaeus, and removed Herod Archelaus. So he was, yeah, a little unfortunate there. So Enosh says, while you control meek hero, negate opponent's neutral cards. And I know people usually play Akeem while you control meek hero, negate opponent's neutral cards. This card's traditionally been getting the nod over Enosh because he's technically gospel, so your Herod's Temple will protect this guy. But the reason I think Chad's playing blue guys because he wants to play numerous as the stars. Now Chad's discarding down to hand size. He has 8 cards in hand. He definitely doesn't want to play any evil characters that get sniped by Mary. So he's just discarding mayhems over here, I guess. This card is, yeah, it can get pretty bad sometimes if you have a billion cards in your hand. Unfortunately, Chad did not find a way to get rid of my stable. Maybe he could have gone the Hail Mary approach and like played mayhem, try to shuffle into a 3 woes or a shipwreck or something. But basically, I'm going to be starting my turn with 2 sources of hand protection with crowds, stable, virgin birth is nice. Normally this card gets shut down by Nazareth, but because my deck is protected, I can do this. So that's gonna grab me a glory, hallelujah. Now I'm just trying to set up the best attack I know how to. I'm just trying to rescue a lost soul every turn, and because Chad's already fallen behind on not being able to rescue a soul there, if I'm able to rescue a soul here, it's gonna look really good for me. Lost Child Found is nice. You can just bounce stuff. Let's see, why did I play this right now? I think it was I wanted to bounce Enosh so I could activate an artifact. And I also wanted to deny him Simon, because I can target Simon. The way targeting rules in Redemption work, even though Simon's in set-aside area, I can play cards that target him like this. So not only will I be denying him 3 cards, I'll be bouncing his Enosh, which will turn my neutrals back on. Oh wait, he doesn't have a meek hero, so I guess I'm just playing this to deny him 3 cards. I don't think I'll be playing Lost Child Found as a good enhancement this game. I probably have enough stuff, so I'm just making sure he doesn't grab enough resources to get back in the game. And if I take out his stable too, that's also going to deny him another card potentially. All right, so what did I do? I bounced Simon, Nazareth, and I bounced stable. Okay, I didn't need to bounce Nazareth there because it wasn't really hurting me and it was hurting him in theory. So Victorious Being coming in hot, loves to draw me a card and get an exchange for a profit. You wonder who it is. It's Elmo's world. No, it's not Elmo. It's Mary, Holy Virgin. So this is she can target neutral cards, so I could just snipe his 4 drachma coin off. So even if he was able to get rid of Res Revealer, now he just lost 4 cards right there. So brutal. So brutal. Mary's so brutal. All right. Got a good enhancement in my deck. All right, he has a moss. So let's see. Moss. Did I use a draw ability this turn? I don't know if I did. I don't remember. Maybe I did. But for some reason, I thought Moss was active. Because Moss is a 1/1, Mary's a 1/3. Okay, so number 1, I'm not sure if I used a draw ability. Number 2, I had Orphans Lost Soul protecting Lost Souls from evil cards, so Moss is not working. But let's just say I did both of those things, or I didn't have Orphans. I didn't draw, and I drew cards. I could have done this to stop mobs. So I play Star of Bethlehem. X is 6. I get to draw 6. I get to play a Lost Soul for my deck with Lost Child Found. And that Lost Soul I can go I can play Disoriented. Disoriented can come and negate the Moss. So this is a cute way to negate your chump blockers. And then John the Fisherman can put 3 wells on top of my deck. So I have 2 ways to stop Moss, even if they Son of God might Disoriented there. So yeah, things are going great. Things are going real great. All right, opponent, what do you have? I guess I have a Prosperity. I need to resolve Prosperity. Can we just say the art on this Prosperity is 100 times better than this one? For some reason, like the colors and the art, it just grates against my very being. This one, yeah. I'm really happy to be a proud owner of the Prosperity Lost Soul. Yes, sir. Prosperity, yes, sir. All right, he didn't have anything else, so Moss eats the bin. Moss chunk block is not going to get me there. I'm not sure what attacks stopped that Mary right there, because I think I had like Star Bethlehem, Flight in Egypt protection, and I had a billion enhancements to toss down with Herod's Temple. I guess Herod's Executioner would have done it. Anyways, Herod's Executioner can get it done against a lot of things. Yes, sure. All right, so I have quite the presence established. I have a million heroes. I have all the defense I need. Look at the Herod's looking strong. We got Herod Archelaus, Herod Herod Antipas. Antipasta, as Noel likes to call him. I don't know why people aren't playing this card at Herod's. Like, this card seems like what? Okay, side tangent time. So this card, if you're playing gray, you're playing Solve Tarsus and you're playing unsuccessful in your reserve, right? That's pretty standard, and that's pretty good, right? But so why isn't Herod Antipas? Because you can play Herod Antipas and then you can play Feudal Inquisition, right? It's the same thing. I don't know. Is it like Herods have so many good evil characters to choose from that Herod Antipas is the one? It's just wild to me that if Saul of Tarsus is so good in other decks, like why is he on the list of cuttables in Herod's? Like I don't know. I think this card's good. Evil enhancements used by this card are regardless of protect abilities. So Nativity's taking Resurgence, and so if you're attacking with giant banding chains of Nativity cards, Herod Antipas is going to be very good in scattering those fools, giving him no straw, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I guess he's just a clunky block on turn 1. He's not good at blocking turn 1. Maybe that's why. And if you're trying to put stuff in reserve, you're usually getting Herod's Executioner, Foreign Wives. And Solve Tarsus is at least decent on turn 1 because you can just block and draw 2 cards, whereas this one you can't really do that. So I don't know, because like you don't see many Solve Tarsuses in the reserves. They're all main deck. Anyways, enough about that. Just interesting. So Chad is currently trying to line up an attack here. He just drew 3 of his heroes for turn. He just redrew Zacchaeus, Judas, and John. It's not a great feeling. You want to be drawing your dominance, and you don't want to be drawing heroes that you've already played. Yeah, and it's another brutal thing. I was able to bounce his Simon so he doesn't draw cards off his Authority of Christ. That was just another thing that keeps him down. All right, there's the Son of God. There's his New Jerusalem. Man, I remember when people used to play this card. I kind of wish I can play with this because I have a sweet New Jerusalem promo that Chad gave me that has a matching Son of God. So if I find that Son of God, it's really cool if you have both of these in your hand. They're so like pretty, beautiful, vibrant colors. All right, so he attacked me with who Peter banded to John. So the only thing I have to worry about is his dominance, and then I have to worry about him tossing the next. So if I go Herod Antipas, I can get an evil enhancement. I can toss that, and then I can play my Feudal Inquisition. So I'm just going to toss that at them. That would be a battle winner, but this is another battle winner. Herod's is so good because you have so many evil enhancements. If you get initiative with Herod's and you play a card, the battle's over. Use nothing you can do. You have Feudal Inquisition, you have Contagious Fear, you have Abandonment, you have No Straw. It's just like, I don't know any other defense that has 4 evil enhancements that can do that. That's why Herod is just so strong despite them not printing evil gold cards anymore. Wonder what it's going to take for Herod's to just drop off and be like forgotten. Is it going to have to be like rotation, the next rotation when Gospel of Christ gets booted out of here? It's a long ways away though, I'd imagine. All right, my favorite thing to do in Nativity, grab First Sacrifice off my Storehouse. First Sacrifice, okay, if this card didn't exist, if this card couldn't be played on green characters, Nativity would not be as good as it is. If 20 Shekels didn't exist, Nativity would not be as good as it's just hand control is so good with Nativity. There's so many scenarios where I've been bailed out by First Sacrifice, been bailed out by 20 Shekels. And in scenarios like this, we're in the late game. I just need one more Lost Soul to go. First Sacrifice can underdeck evil dominance from opponent's hands. You don't like other hand control cards like Teaching in Parables or Promised Land. They can't target evil dominance. So First Sacrifice is probably one of the strongest ones. Teaching in Parables is probably the second strongest one. I don't know. I would say maybe they're all equally strong. They all have their pros and cons. Teaching Parables is nice because you can negate their hand protection with 1 card here. So anyways, I only saw that they had a Foreign Wives in their hand and a Zacchaeus. So if I just attack with Mary, reserve their Foreign Wives, it's just game over. They don't have any evil enhancements. And I have Son of God Second Coming in my hand. But yeah, 20 Shekels coming in to help out. I didn't even have to play my First Sacrifice there. But yeah, this one, if he did have some decent blocks, I could put down one of those blocks and then First Sacrifice the other one, attack with Mary. So defenses that are good against Nativity are ones where you can really protect your hand. That's kind of hard to do, especially now that I'm playing Possessing Spirit. So protect your hand, number 1, or protect your territory with Herod's Temples, or yeah, it's just a lot harder to protect your territory against Nativity because there's like evil fortresses that protect the territory, right? But then I just go Gabriel banded to Mary. So Gabriel negates your protection, Mary kill your guy or whatever. So yeah, and that's gonna be game. So Chad got 2 souls, I got 5. All right, so let's pause this and let's go back to our theory. Let's go back to the Twilight Zone if Chad had gone first. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Well, if that isn't crazy, I don't know what is. All right, so I need to figure out my opening hand for Nativity again. I just like scenarios like this. It's so chess matchy. I think the first couple of turns of Redemption are my favorite. And I do like star abilities because they add a little spice to life. And every time I'm not playing a deck with star abilities in it, I feel a little sad. Because it just feels like you're missing out on stuff. So I need a no straw. No straw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so in this magical Christmas land, the Twilight Zone, Chad gets to go first. Because I am thoroughly convinced if he goes first, this game is a very different narrative. Very different, I tell you. So if he gets to go first, he gets to use his star abilities first. So I'm Chad. I can go Stricken, Authority, no need for spices, maybe Bless the Nations, I don't know. Authority, I think I will set aside Simon for 2 turns. Let's add 2 counters to that fellow. And then Stricken will have Stricken effects, so let's put that reminder token there. And then no need for spices, we can go get, let's see, do I want Mayhem or do I want Crouch Choice? Probably Mayheming. Wait, I have to do a good dominant to have to go get Crouch Choice. That's going top of deck. And then I don't think we want to bless the nations today. Okay, Nativity player, it is your star abilities. We can play Shot Found. We can play Herod Archelaus. I'm going to do Herod Archelaus first. Let's top deck. I'll just be consistent with my decisions. I'll top deck Son of God. There's no dominance to top deck in their hand. Lost Child Found. I don't want to draw any Lost Souls because I'm going second. So playing a Lost Soul here is not a good idea. And if I play a Lost Soul from their deck, I can shuffle their deck and shuffle away their Crouch Choice. So I'm going to do that. So let's see. I'm going to go to their deck. I'm going to find a Lost Soul. I want them to play probably Lawless or Hopper or Prosperity. Playing Prosperity? Yeah, Prosperity. Yes. All right. I love playing me some Prosperity because it says if drawn, then you get to do that. Okay. So that's Nativity Stars. They don't have any souls yet. Oh, wait a second. let me just redo something. So this is just a technical point. But if you're going second and you don't have any lost souls, and if you have the choice to top deck one of your dominants, don't top deck Son of God. This is a public service announcement. You know why? There's a couple of reasons why that, because if they play a hopper, if they draw a hopper for their turn, you can play Son of God, negate the hopper, which it'll go back to their territory, and then Son of God will rescue hopper, which will rescue hopper. So if they draw a hopper, basically you can rescue it, but you can only play that that's only if you play Son of God during the same phase it was drawn in. Okay, and here's another good reason why to hold your Son of God. If they draw Lost Souls, you can ask for Dom Initiative. You can negate and rescue it, so it'll put back any tokens that they have. So if I'm going second here in Nativity, I'm definitely keeping the Son of God because of that. Anyways. Okay, let's begin our game, shall we? So it's my upkeep. Let me tuck this down. No 1. Put down 4 drachma. Put down Denarius. Oh wait, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to do my Lost Souls. So let's do Shepherds. Underdeck a card to draw a card. I don't think we'll need Stricken. Let's put this bottom, draw 3 Foreign Wives. And so as Chad's deck, we're just really trying to find Crouch Choice or Mayhem right now, or a way to get the Resurrection. Or numerous. So we're going to use this. I could play a Lost Soul from my opponent's deck, or I could play a Lost Soul from my deck. Playing from opponent's deck is really appealing because they don't have any Lost Souls, so I'm going to do that. And if you're Chad's deck, you really want to be playing... You really want to be rescuing every turn. If you don't rescue turn 1, you're going to be really far behind. So I could have seen an argument for grabbing Grumbled from Chad's deck to try and pop off here. But I think this is the safer play. So I'm going to play Prosperity from Nativity's deck. And... all right, and because it's the first phase of the game, I can't play Son of God right now. That's a rule. So I can't, as much as I want to negate this and rescue that, I can't do that. Okay, so back, now we're cooking. First thing first, if I'm Chad, I go Denarius, I go grab Nero the hero, put the defense over there, I guess. Denarius, we will crack that, draw some cards. Okay, Judas and Stable. So if I'm Chad here, that fact that the Lost Child Found played a Lost shuffle from the deck and shuffled away the crowd's choice. Oh my goodness. That was a disaster. Because if I'd been able to go crowd's choice, I go mayhem. And it's just, you just get so far ahead on resources. Oh my goodness. Okay, so as we're chat, we're kind of floundering right now. We don't have a way to, we may take a, okay, that doesn't do anything. Did any of these cards help get me there? Okay, well, we'll probably want to play this out. So let's play this over here. This card, what are we doing with this card? Okay, Judas coming down, Enosh coming down, or Jock McCoy coming down. If we draw Mayhem, this is why we're putting all our stuff down, so if we draw Mayhem, we won't lose as much. Okay, so my best attack here is Judas attack draw 2. Hope it's the resurrection. Oh gosh. Is that really the best attack we have here? Oh dear. Alright, sorry Chad's deck. If you don't get your crowd's choice on turn 1, it's not looking super hot for you. Okay, well I thought this game would go so much different, but there's just the one lost soul ability. Okay, I'm just trying to decide right now if I want to let Chad's deck pop off and pretend not to do something. I don't know. That wouldn't be very, because I want to showcase Chad's deck and what it's capable of and how different the games would be if he gets to attack and puts a Nazareth into play here. But maybe it's just a good lesson that if you're trying to go all in on something and somebody has just like one little star ability to kind of mess you up, it could impact the game. And I guess that's why he's playing a bunch of these star cards, let him draw a card so he can like top deck a dominant and then draw it immediately. So that's why Bearing Our Sins is in here. But if you don't get that off on turn 1, it's just like, oh goodness. Okay, let's pop. Okay, because this game is not going to end well for chat. I can just tell you that right now. So I don't think it's going to be pointless at any point to keep playing this game. I'm just going to go. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time, shall we? Let's get our Denarius back. Let's just reset our hand. Let's just go back to a simpler time and when Prosperity wasn't played out of our deck. And when did we draw Judas? Peter, Stricken. Okay, sorry everybody. Let's just hold our horses here. All right, so our hand was these lovely cards. Let's pretend. Okay, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Shuffle. Okay, let's go back in time. Let's do the star abilities really fast. Let's say we were Chad and we were able to top deck a dominant. Yay, set aside a character. Yay. Top deck crouch choice. Yay, lovely. I love that. Love top decking crouch choice here. Where's crouch choice? There it is. And let's say we were able to get our deck not shuffled or anything. We play a lovely lost soul out of their deck. And then we use shepherds to underdeck a card. I guess we're going to underdeck this. And we'll draw a card. There is crouch choice. Hello. Okay, now we get to go first. Yay, okay. Because we're going to start a setup for Mayhem now. So let's go turn this over, put this here. Go get Nero. Do we crack Denarius now or wait? Maybe we wait. We go that. We go crouch choice into Mayhem. I'm pretty sure it's a Mayhem here, right? Am I crazy? Just like the resurrection. Okay, Mayhem coming out. It's going to shuffle all these cards. And then I draw 6 cards. Yeah, that's what we want. These are discarded. Now we're gonna crack Denarius. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me do Nativity. Nativity has to shuffle around this Christmas tree. Okay, so this is looking much better for Chad's deck. Okay, just a little bit better. Wait, so I have to shuffle everybody but 2. You stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 cards in hand, so I get to keep 1. Okay, I kept Lost Child Found, of course. The one card that saves me here. Okay, so Nativity, what's Nativity cooking with their draw 6 here? Oh yeah, so if anybody wonders what I'm doing, this is how I practice. If I see a deck that lists that's interesting, I will take my Nativity deck and I'll play it against said deck. And I'll talk to myself like this. So what you're seeing here is actually very normal for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Ooh, disoriented, hello. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disoriented coming out. It's getting to negate something. So I can negate his Denarius. Oh, that's so funny to me. Oh, I don't know if I want to negate Chad's Denarius because I want Chad to pop off right now. Okay, so let's say Chad had been big brain. He played Saint Simon. He set him aside from his hand as meek. And then he played Enosh, he negates opponent's neutral cards. So he's actually negating Disoriented right now. Yeah. Okay, so this is Magical Christmas Land for Chad. So let's just let him draw his cards with Denarius. Discard these to draw 3. There's a Lawless. But the sad thing is, we can't always live Magical Christmas Land. All right, Lawless finds 3 Lost Souls, 4 Wives, underdecks of these cards, spawns Lost Soul tokens for me, gets crowds now. Let's see, we can go Peter, coin, draw 4. We have 13 cards in our hand. We can play our territory class card. We can play numerous. We have, how many star cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards. So let's play down some heroes first, maybe. Heroes. Okay, so we can get 5 heroes here. Let's get Judas. Let's get Matthew. Get that Zacchaeus going. And Chad's just popping off right now. Chad's just going. He's just popping. He's just popping off. So we'll get those guys. We'll get Resurrection and get John. That's almost all the heroes out of our deck. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Territory class card done for turn. We've drawn so many cards. I think we're ready to go to battle now. So what's our best attack as Chad? Our enhancements aren't that good. Okay, so we're just trying to attack, get Nazareth into play, draw some more cards, right? Yeah. Do I attack with Matthew here? It's just like at one point you feel like you drew too many cards, right? Okay, let's just go like this. Let's just draw a bunch of cards, shall we? Playing all these down so I don't run into hand size limit. Okay, so my attack, I would love to attack with Woman with Child. Go to deck, grab our good dominant here, grab Son of God, play Son of God's second or New Jerusalem, rescue 2 souls. We'll go up to 2 lost souls here, discard these, and then play the Resurrection, I guess. Resurrection to ban Matthew, Judas, Simon. Matthew looks at the hand, they see 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, draw 4. And then Judas draws 2. Oh yeah, and we play this. Sorry, we play this from the Resurrection. And then Peter converts to Meek, goes to deck, plays Nazareth, and then Judas draws 2. I don't know if I already draw for 2. Let's see. No, I don't think I drew for Judas yet. Okay, so turn 1, we have 8 cards left in our deck. 2 lost souls, attacking them with a big boy. Oh wait, I'm not done yet. I go John. So Peter bans to John. John reveals woes to toss the next. Draw 2. Draw Hopper. Hopper will hop. Lovely. All right, opponent. What are you going to do about that? Let's see. We have a Herod's card, which can go to deck for Herod Antipas, or Herod Agrippa, I guess. That's the word I was looking for. Herod Agrippa will negate the John. This will go back. This will go back. And now I'm protected. I can play Love One Another to convert John to, or Herod Agrippa to Blue Brigade. Okay, so anyways, I don't think we need to play out the rest of this game. Maybe just take 1 turn from Nativity. Wait, sorry. I apologize. They have a Nazareth in play. What am I doing? I'm losing it. So Herod's card can't block. I just have to surrender a soul. And it's the 3-0 route. Got 7 cards left in their deck. They have Judas down. They got Nazareth. They got Stable. They got Wall Protection. They got Fishing Boat. They got 5 evil characters. They got 6 cards in hand. They got Woes. So Magical Christmas Land, Chad's deck does pop off here and win the game on turn 1 or whatever. Let's just see what Nativity can do. I drew Mary, Victorious Being, which is a dead card, and Storehouse. Okay, I don't think I have any ways to get rid of Storehouse or Nazareth, but my neutrals are being negated. I do have Mary and Joseph, and they don't have good blocks. So, as a Nativity player, do I attack with my banding chain, or do I just attack with solo Mary? I don't like either of those options. Because if I attack and if they have a scattered sheep, it's disastrous. And well, like they do. I don't know if Nativity can come back here. Like they can't block next turn. These guys aren't blocking. If I attack with a banding chain, these guys get scattered. If I attack with solo character, this gets wozed. It's just looking real bad. And these cards that help me kind of dig to my other stuff. It's just game over. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do. Thanks for, if you're staying with me this far, I don't, why are you here? I don't understand. You must really like Redemption, or you must really like me rambling to be here still. All right, goodbye everybody.